Hi, this is Mr. Cordes, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about and discuss the close reading passage assignment. The close reading passage assignment is not new for us. This has been an activity that we have done since the beginning of first semester. And that's kind of the idea of our course, is to go into a passage of literature and pull out analytically what we think and what we can infer. So looking in front of you are the assignment descriptions and instructions. It says create a close reading exercise consisting of a passage from your text and 4 higher level thinking questions that go beyond recall or summary. You are each reading your own specific book. You either picked Night, you either picked Things Fall Apart, or you selected The Joy Luck Club. Each of you are reading one of these texts, and as you are reading through the book, hopefully there is a passage, there is a page, there is something that sticks out to you because it showcases theme, it showcases character development, it showcases like content. And so when you pull out a passage, when you go into a book and you pull out a passage, you're really identifying and figuring like, hey, this is important. You want to pull something that has significance. You want to pull something that is relevant to what you want to talk and discuss about. So it says a close reading analysis of a specific passage of the text because it holds literary value. Okay, if you go through and there's a page that just sets us up for a scene about these characters traveling or going someplace or doing something that's not relevant, it's not going to be important. So it says, remember back to the Lord of the Flies, close reading activities, or the Death of Ivan Ilyich activities for reference. If you look at our close reading, this is an example from Lord of the Flies. This is the part where the boys set fire to the island. Part of it is them trying to set up the smoke signal. The other part is that they kind of just want to do their own thing, and they're getting frustrated with each other in the first couple days of being on the island. The significance that you guys identified first semester was how our author, William Golding, uses the fire with personification to showcase how the boys will slowly start to go out of control. So when you select your passage, you want to be thinking, what is the author trying to communicate in this scene? What is it about this moment that's important in the literary world? Does this foreshadow what's going on? Does this tell me something about my characters? Is there a symbol in here that's relevant? Is there something that's kind of heartbreaking that we need to showcase and ask questions about? Okay, so like this passage down below, we had 4 questions. Now, these weren't questions on like what is happening, what's going on in this part of the story. Our questions are things like circle the verbs, helping us to find action. Personification is a term used. So what personification do we see going into a literary element? How does the growth of the fire represent the attitudes and actions of the boys? That's a higher level thinking question, because you're asking, how does this information apply to my characters and their development in the story? Now, you'll have the opportunity when you go in, let me jump back over here. If you click on this document right here, it's going to take you to just a blank grid. Usually this is an activity, well, obviously this is an activity I do in the classroom, and we do it within a day's time. So everyone has their book, they've already read, halfway, if not 3/4 of the way, all the way through. And I'll give them this, and they'll just have the chance to flip back and begin to handwrite out what is going on. So that's why this looks like this. You can delete these lines if you need to. Same with down here. You may need multiple lines for your questions, and that's okay. If it bleeds over into the second paper, that's fine too. So create a close reading exercise consisting of a passage from your text and then 4 higher level thinking questions. When I say higher level thinking, that means you're looking at development of characters, theme, maybe symbolism. You're looking at literary devices like exaggeration, personification, imagery. You're looking at all those components and how they apply to the character, how they apply to the story. The other thing that you can go off of is, what is the author trying to communicate in this passage? So if I look at Lord of the Flies, what is my author really trying to communicate to us? And that could even be one of your questions down here listed below. Based on this passage and, X, Y, and Z of these characters, what is the author trying to communicate to the reader? Okay. All of you guys have books with dynamic characters, with significant plot, with just huge literary impact. And so your job will be to, I found this passage, right? Maybe it's the passage where they're talking about the concentration camp and from Night. Maybe it's the part in Things Fall Apart where the relationships begin to break down, right? And the roles of women are being kind of questioned because of what they're doing. Maybe it is in the Joy Luck Club where they have multiple generations in a new setting, not their current traditional home setting, but the new setting of being an immigrant. What does that look like? So your goal is to kind of find, hey, this is a really great paragraph. This is a really great passage, and begin to analyze it here. Okay. So take some time to go through this. Take some time to find something of significance. If you have questions or concerns, you can email me or message me. Have fun with this. Find something that you think is important and good. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Talk to you soon.